What's the most ridiculous lie you told that actually turned out to be true? My landlord was showing my apartment to potential tenants while I was still living there. Super illegal, but I couldn't afford to fight it. I was barely making rent working at a coffee shop downtown. He brought this rich-looking couple through while I was eating cereal in my pajamas at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. Don't mind the current tenant, he said dismissively like I was furniture. She's moving out next week anyway. I wasn't moving anywhere. Couldn't afford to move. Couldn't afford to stay. But the couple looked at me with this mixture of pity and curiosity, so I decided to play it up. Yeah, I said, putting on my saddest voice. Got into medical school. Have to relocate for my residency. Complete lie. The closest I'd been to medical school was watching Grey's Anatomy. The woman's eyes immediately lit up like Christmas morning. Oh my goodness. Which school? Pure panic. My brain grabbed the first fancy name it could find. Johns Hopkins? She practically squealed and grabbed her husband's arm. Honey, that's where our daughter Sarah goes. She's in her 3rd year. Oh no. This was spiraling fast. What's your specialty going to be? The husband asked, genuinely interested now. Pediatric heart surgery? I stammered, praying that was even a real thing. They were so excited they could barely contain themselves. Started talking about their daughter's roommate who was also doing pediatrics, how competitive the program was, how proud they were of young people pursuing medicine. My landlord stood there looking confused but weirdly impressed, like he was seeing me for the first time. I had no idea you were so accomplished, he said after they left. I'll stop showing the apartment. You deserve some peace while you prepare for such an important transition. I nodded solemnly, still in my cereal-stained pajamas. 2 weeks later, my phone rang. Unknown number. Is this the young woman studying pediatric cardiology at Johns Hopkins? It was the rich woman from the apartment showing. My stomach dropped. This is going to sound strange, she continued, but our daughter Sarah mentioned you to some of her professors. Apparently there's been some mix-up with your financial aid. I had no idea what she was talking about, but I made a non-committal sound. Well, my husband and I believe in supporting promising young doctors. We'd love to sponsor your education. Sponsor how? I managed to ask. We'd like to cover your living expenses while you focus on your studies. Say $2,000 a month for the next year. I almost dropped the phone. That was more than double my rent. That's incredibly generous, I said, my voice barely working. Think of it as an investment in the future of medicine. I should have come clean right then. Should have told her I couldn't even pronounce half the medical terms she was using. Instead, I looked at my stack of overdue bills on the kitchen counter. I would be so grateful for that opportunity. That was 8 months ago. I've been getting monthly checks ever since. My landlord now treats me like royalty, asking about my studies and offering to help with anything I need. The woman texts me every few weeks with updates about her daughter's classes and asking how my research is going. I've learned more about pediatric cardiology from frantically Googling her questions than most people will ever know. I can now explain the difference between tetralogy of Fallot and hypoplastic left heart syndrome. My coffee shop coworkers think I'm taking night classes. My landlord brags to other tenants about having a future heart surgeon in the building. The rich couple invited me to their daughter's graduation next year. I've saved enough money to actually consider going back to school for real. Sometimes the universe rewards your most desperate lies by making them come true. Or maybe it's just testing how far you're willing to take a lie about being a doctor. Either way, I'm now the most medically knowledgeable barista in the city, and my rent's never been late since. Last week, the woman called with news. Her daughter's professor wants to meet me. Apparently, I've become famous at Johns Hopkins as the mystery student who's been asking such insightful questions. They want to offer me a full scholarship to the real medical school starting this fall. I guess lies have a way of becoming truth when you commit hard enough.